Wow, we've reached 29 weeks, and that means we have 11 weeks to go. I was so proud of myself this week because I got back into the gym and I literally have not worked out my entire pregnancy, or should I say, I have not lifted weights. I've done some stretching and a lot of walking, but have not been in the gym lifting weights at all. I haven't done an ultrasound in a few weeks. And so it was, of course, so good to see my baby girl. And she was moving and stretching and sucking on her thumb. And I could see her heartbeat. She was just thriving inside the womb, I could tell. I was also really impressed to see that she is now head down. And so when I put the ultrasound like at the bottom of my pelvis, I could see a big round head, a skull. And so she has flipped, which is amazing, amazing news, because if you have a breech baby or a baby that's, lying sideways or feet down, then you can't have a vaginal delivery. So that's one major milestone down, is that she's head down. Hopefully she does not flip again, which they usually don't because they get so big that they need to flip. And so they start growing that way. And once they get big enough, it's really hard for them to continue flipping like they were before. So now that she's head down, the next milestone is to resolve this placenta previa I have, which they say is like a 95% chance it's going to resolve. Look at her little feet. You can see her little feet and then a leg up here. I was talking to her too, and she was like moving and responding every time I would talk to her, and it was just like the sweetest thing in the world. I think that she's like curled up, like knees to chest, and literally kicking. Like you can see her kicking right there. If you go to get an ultrasound, like drink a bunch of water and eat a big meal before you go in, because it's going to make the ultrasound so much better. That is literally a butt in the air. She's getting so big. I have to move the ultrasound around so much just to capture like the different parts of her body, from her leg. This is a long leg stretched out, it looks like. I crave breakfast almost every morning being pregnant, and I love eating like a fresh fruit with it, especially oranges, because it keeps my immunity up. We've had these eggs for a little while now, and so I wasn't worried about like the whole bird flu thing that's going around, but now I am kind of a little bit afraid to buy eggs at the grocery store. Is that a thing? Are we like waiting for the bird flu to pass before we buy eggs again, being pregnant? Or are we just like going ahead and buying eggs anyways and eating them and taking the risk? Like, I don't know. She's now 2.5 to 3 pounds and 16 inches long. I'm definitely feeling a little more fatigue as she's getting bigger, and it's crazy because she's gonna double or even like triple her weight in the next 11 weeks before birth. I've still been buttering up the belly using Aquaphor and Vaseline and cocoa butter, anything to prevent stretch marks, and I can say that I don't have any stretch marks yet. Not one. This was me just kind of like filming my week. I had to get in blues this week, so we had to actually put together maternity Air Force blues. We ate out a lot, but we also did some healthy cooking. I was craving collard greens, some really good healthy vegetables, and then chicken thighs baked with lemon squeezed over the top, and this meal was so good. This week at work, I got like a textbook rupture of membrane. So someone's water broke, and this is what it looks like when the water breaks. Like the pH strip turns a bright blue color, and then when I put it under the microscope, do you see like the shards? Like it looks like snowflake pattern. It was really hard to get it like with my iPhone, but I was trying to really get a good picture. It's like, it almost looks like glass shards, and not like the little dots, but if you look like at the bottom of the screen, you'll see, if I can get it to focus, like that stringy snowflake pattern. That is amniotic fluid. And how we got this was by swabbing the inside of the vagina using a speculum and then putting it on the microscope, and then it'll create this pattern. And also the yellow pH paper we use will turn like this bright blue color, and usually it doesn't even turn that blue, so that's really good. I've been working so many days the last 2 weeks, but this morning I got up and got myself a coffee, got the fireplace going, and we are working on some real estate stuff. I haven't had much time for YouTube this week, but that's okay. The real estate is my number one priority, so we're making sure that gets done. We ended up going to Mexican food twice this week. I don't know what it was, but I was just like really craving tacos. We just did our morning walk and now I'm making a vanilla date smoothie. We have our water, our dates, vanilla protein powder, my cute little mason jar with a pink straw and some ice. I added a little milk at the end just to make it a little more creamy, and this was the perfect drink right before a workout. We did a little bit of power walking, and I stayed on the treadmill for 20 minutes. I really made sure that I took it pretty easy on the first workout because I just did not want to push myself too hard or lift too heavy or just like do anything that would cause contractions. I also just wanted to like boost my endorphins and have a good time, drink a lot of water. I did the bike for like 10 minutes and alternated between sitting and standing, but I'm not gonna lie, like it was hurting my pelvis and I didn't like it very much, so I just could not do it very long. 10 minutes was my max. Remember too, if you're 30 weeks now, you should be doing kick counts. So you should be getting 10 kicks in 2 hours. And make sure you schedule a time like after you eat dinner to do these kick counts. If you're ever going through your day and you're like, wow, I don't think I felt baby move in a few hours, then the first thing that you need to do is grab a cold glass of water or a juice or something with sugar in it and sit in a quiet environment. Put your hands on your belly and see if baby is having any movement. Even the smallest movements count, but baby should be moving regularly now. Basically, the rule of thumb is that if your baby was moving regularly before and now your baby's not, then that is something to be concerned about. I have a lot of people tell me that they never really feel baby move because their placenta is in the front, and if that's the case, then you're not going to know if there's regular movement or not. If my placenta was in the front and I couldn't feel my baby move, then I would definitely get like a Doppler ultrasound, a handheld little Doppler ultrasound that you can check baby's heart rate with at home. But if you're ever concerned about decreased fetal movement and you're not getting those 10 kick counts in 2 hours, then that's when it's time to head into labor and delivery and make sure everything is okay with your baby. I'm really starting to prioritize like getting my body back because I've gained like 35 pounds in pregnancy, and I want to make sure that it's not super difficult to get it off once I have this girl. It gave me such a like natural high to just work out and get my body moving and my blood flowing. Like it felt so good to do that for myself and just like prioritize myself. And then getting in the shower afterwards, it was awesome. Like it just sets the tone for the day. And I'm not gonna lie, like even just the few days that I've spent working out, my back pain has significantly decreased. I've been dreaming and visualizing us being in a cabin with a fireplace, and we planned that trip. We're going to be going to Tahoe, so stay tuned for that. I'm definitely going to vlog it. And then next up is ultrasound at 32 weeks, as well as the Tdap and the RSV vaccines. There's been a lot of research done around RSV, and a lot of infants are getting hospitalized for RSV. So if you get the RSV vaccine in pregnancy, then your baby won't actually have to get that vaccine at birth, and it can decrease hospitalization. So I think that's something I'm going to do. So Tdap and RSV vaccine between 32 and 36 weeks is when they recommend it. I still can't believe I'm about to be 30 weeks. Like, how did we make it to almost 30 weeks and 10 weeks left to go with baby girl growing in my belly? Like, wow, we are coming to a close. Like, I'm going to meet her soon and have her in my arms. I have some serious healthy balance going on. Like, I'm eating healthy and working out, but still like craving pizza. And when I'm craving something, you better believe I am eating it. Also, we have not bought any baby stuff still, really, and she still does not have a name. I'm not sure if I'm being like a little too chill about it and I need to like move on and really start buying stuff and name her. Let me know what you guys think. Like, how late is too late to be buying stuff and I just don't want it to pile up in one place. And I know once it comes, I have to take it out of the box and put it together. And I thought that choosing a name would be so much easier, but it's not. Like, it's getting harder and harder as I picture her with that name. I'm like, this is going to be her name. It has to be the perfect name. And I can't choose a name. Like we can't come up with a name. We have so many flying around, but just can't. Like one has not stuck yet. Like, will I know? Will I be like, that is the one? My dream, like birthday manifestation just came true, and we booked a mountain view king room at the Ritz-Carlton in Lake Tahoe. I've been wanting to stay in this room for like a year, and so I cannot wait to visit the resort. And then after that night at the Ritz-Carlton, we're spending my birthday there. We booked a cabin. It's out in the middle of the woods, like in the middle of nowhere, and these cabins have king beds. They are so gorgeous. Fireplaces in the cabin, and then they just got a bunch of snow in that area too, and it's like 20 minutes from Lake Tahoe in the woods, so we can just drive like onto the lake and try the different restaurants and go on little walks around the lake. This right here is the cabin that we're going to be staying in, and I'm just so excited for like a little baby moon in the mountains in the woods, like, and it's winter time. It's still going to be snowy and cold. So stay tuned for all the videos and vlogging of the baby moon, and I will talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.